Welcome to my channel. I have a terrific one for you today. It is my Hoppin John's recipe. And oh my God, is this a delicious one-pot meal that you're going to love. And I will have all of your ingredients listed below as usual. So let's get started. In my pot, I've added a little bit of easy OO extra virgin olive oil. And to that, I've added in my bacon. Now this bacon is cut into 1-inch pieces, and I am going to cook this down, render a lot of fat off of it. And then after that has gotten halfway done, like now, I'm going to add in my andouille sausage. Had a little one hanging out there, didn't want to get in the pot, but guess what? You got to go in there too, because I'm going to eat you too. So anyway, I'm going to cook this until it's done. And then I'm going to remove it. And then I'm going to strain almost all of the oil off except for about 2 tablespoons full so that I can saute these wonderful vegetables in. So here we are. So in that I've added my green onion, celery, and carrots. To that I've added some thyme. My thyme bundle, I added a lot more than what I have in the recipe because I think mine's a little, doesn't have a lot of leaves on it, and I really want it to have the flavor. So I added a little bit more, but if you don't have that, you can just use dry thyme, and that'll be about a tablespoonful. So I've added some salt and some pepper, and I'm just gonna stir this to combine. And I'm going to cook this down a little bit. And this little thyme leaves seem to be getting on my nerves a little bit. So I know I'm gonna cook it down a little bit, and then I'm gonna remove those out of the pot. So now that it's cooked down a little, I've added in some bay leaves, and I've added in my diced red bell pepper. So I'm going to stir this to combine, let this cook for a little while, and then I'm gonna add in some more yummy stuff. You guys, if you haven't made this one-pot meal, I promise you it is so delicious. You do not have to add meat. You can make it vegetarian and just remove the meat and change the chicken stock into veggie stock. So what I have done now, I have added in some Creole seasoning. Now I'm adding in some basil. I love basil. So I'm also adding in some crushed red peppers. I added in a full tablespoon, but you know that can be a little spicy. So, you know, you can always just change that quantity to what your palate will handle, or don't add it in at all. And so I've also added in some minced garlic. So I'm stirring to combine this. So now I'm adding granulated onion, granulated garlic. I'm also going to add in a little bit of chicken bouillon, and I'm going to start to combine. So my vegetables are pretty well much at where I need them to be. So now I'm going to add some more stuff to it to really get this dish going. So now I'm adding in my collard greens. Now for me, I added in about 2.5 cups, but in the recipe, you'll see I only added in 2 cups. I'm going to stir to combine this. And now I'm adding in a little bit of the chicken bouillon that I was telling you about earlier, and a little bit of water that I mixed together to stir this up a little. And then I'm gonna add in my chicken stock. To cover. Now what I'm gonna do is cook the greens down some. I need them to get tender, and it needs more time because the rest of the ingredients are not gonna take that long because I'm using frozen peas or black-eyed peas. Now, if you don't want to use frozen black-eyed peas, you can go through and get your, pick out your bad peas and then put them in a bowl of water and cover it in saran wrap and let it sit overnight so that it doesn't take long to cook. That's my other suggestion, but I'm using frozen So I've added back all of the meat that I had cooked earlier, and I'm starting to combine. Now I'm gonna put a lid on it and give it about 30 minutes and see where the greens are. I want them to be tender before I start adding the rest of the ingredients because I want them to be almost done, not where they are now. So now this is the state that I want them. So now I'm gonna add in the black-eyed peas. I'm gonna start to combine this. I'm gonna let this cook for a little while. Now, in the meantime, while this is cooking, I'm gonna cover it with a lid, and then while this is cooking, I'm going to wash my rice. So I'm just showing you what I do. I put rice in a bowl with some water, and I rinse off all of the starch. And I do this several times until the water runs clear. So now that this is done, I only need a little bit longer to cook the rice. So now I'm adding the rice in to the pot. And like I said, this is a 1-pot meal. But before I do that, as you can see, I'm removing the bay leaves. I think I had one more in there. So anyway, I'm gonna add the rice to this dish. And once the rice is done, then guess what? It's finished and we can eat this delicious 1-pot meal. Now, this is usually served with fresh cornbread, and I do have a cornbread recipe on my site, you guys. I will leave the link in the description box. So if you want to get that and add it with this, add it to your meal, I'm telling you, you'll have a wonderful treat. So I'm going to cover this, and then when we come back, the dish is complete. And here we go. You didn't have to wait long at all for the rice to get done. And so now that everything is done, guess what? I'm gonna give you a bite. So I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave me your comments below. I would love to read them and I will respond. And as always, I want to tell you, thank you for watching and enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Don't forget to click thumbs up and subscribe so that you can get all of my new videos. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.